Chapter 41 Wordless Farewell. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Go to hell. Shimada Hideo shot out countless tentacles from both hands, turning into sharp knives and coming towards Xiuyu and Lei Gang through the air. Lei Gang, look carefully, how to use the knife. Xiuyu pulled out the chakra knife, and the chakra knife that was blessed with foam dun was extremely sharp, and no tentacle could resist Xiuyu's knife. Damn it! What kind of weapon is this? Why can't I stop it? It's obviously just a lowly human being. Don't be complacent. Shimada Hideo yelled frantically, unable to accept the reality in front of him. Where did you come from? Go to hell. Xiuyu was no longer interested in playing with this parasitic beast. Thunder Tunnel, go. Xiuyu controlled and used the smallest power of Thunder Tunnel, trying not to kill this parasite. Shimada Hideo screamed and fell to the ground, his body exuding a burnt smell, but the vitality of the parasitic beast is quite tenacious. Such an injury is not fatal. Shimada Hideo still struggled to get up, ready to continue the attack. Lei Gang, let's use it to practice now. Don't take it lightly this time, even if it is an opponent who is seriously injured and dying. Understood the captain. Lei Gang knew that this was Xiuyu's kindness in taking care of him and giving him a chance to exercise. Anyone else wouldn't even have this chance. Remember to save his life, it's still useful. Even if Shimada Hideo suffered such a serious injury, Lei Gang's fight was still dangerous. It took a lot of effort to subdue Hideo Shimada. Captain, he is on his last breath. Xiuyu looked at Hideo Shimada, whose chest was heaving slightly, and planned to torture him for information, illusion, Sharingan. Do you have a base? Shimada Hideo's eyes were lost. The base is. Captain, the car has been destroyed, how can we get there? Use your legs, otherwise. Captain, why didn't you leave that car behind? Anyway, we can still drive to the stronghold of these parasites. Okay, I don't have a driver's license yet. And even if I have a driver's license, I can run faster than a car. Why do I care if I have a car? Xiuyu felt that he had been poked at the pain of not having a driver's license. Then why are we still running slowly? What do you think? It's not because you are too slow. If it were me, I would have arrived. Yes, you are a laggard. Now it was Lei Gang's turn to be depressed. It took a long time because I dragged down Xiuyu's progress. Of course, Lei Gang has seen a lot of Xiuyu's secrets. Judging from this exploration of the space-time wormhole, Xiuyu also has many mysterious superpowers, such as sealing the parasitic spores on his own arm, and interrogating the parasitic mutation. The blood-red eyes of the body, but Lei Gang never asked about it. One is that these are all Xiuyu's own affairs, and the other is that he has endured too much care from the captain, so if he doesn't say anything, he must be grateful in his heart. The captain showed these abilities in front of him without any scruples, which is a performance of believing in himself. In fact, this is purely due to Lei Gang's own imagination. The reason why he used it at will in front of Lei Gang is very simple. This is not a secret that Xiuyu didn't think about hiding it either. There is only one real secret, and that is your own system. Other than that, it's not really a big secret. Pay attention to preparations. The meeting room in front is the goal this time. Lei just broke in, and as soon as he entered, he found dozens of parasites looking at him with their eyes open and drooling. The ground was covered in bloody, broken flesh and blood. I'm sorry, did I interrupt your meal? Take it easy, I'll take a step first. After Lei Gang finished speaking, he turned around and was about to run away. Dozens of parasites stopped eating and rushed towards Lei Gang. Captain, help. Lei Gang let out a miserable cry for help. Lei Gang knew that he could deal with only 1 or 2 parasites at most, and dozens of parasites rushed up, but it was not enough for others to get stuck between their teeth. Fire escape, extinguish the mighty fire. The sea of flames soaring into the sky covered the entire space of the conference room, and dozens of wailing wailed one after another. In a narrow indoor environment, Huahua, which was originally good at killing large areas, has achieved a leapfrogging effect. The intense heat was accompanied by a huge explosion. The parasite instantly fell into a sea of flames. Next time you're so reckless, let's warm up with them. Xiuyu cast a glance at Lei Gang that I thought it was a steady personality before, but after a long time, it turned out to be a daredevil. Let's go to the next stop after cleaning here. In a few days, Xiuyu took Lei Gang to various places. Basically the parasites would be wiped out wherever he went, and if he's lucky, there's a good chance Shinichi won't encounter the parasite that ruined his family again. Kana also most likely avoided the original death. He is still staying in Tokyo just because his team hasn't assembled yet. Several people were scattered all over the world, and up to now, there are still no reunions. Among other things, this time, except for Lei Gang, everyone else's day lily is really cold, and the opportunity is fleeting. Now there are no new spores, and if you are unlucky, you may run into parasites. Finally, more than 10 days later, the team assembled. Everyone looked at Lei Gang with envy and hatred. All good things made him catch up. It really means that the moon is the first to be near the water, and the sunny flowers and trees are easy to be spring. Damn it, Lei Gang, you secretly left your brothers and got a chance by yourself. It's uncomfortable. I just crawled out of the tropical rainforest yesterday, and I saw you talking to me today. Do you know that I am now? You can't hide your emotions if you want to kill yourself. Lei Gang said nonchalantly, why don't we make gestures now? The captain also taught sword skills recently. With my parasite, I should be able to hit 10. Now Li Yunrui and Zhang Zhang are scared. Yes, Lei Gang with the parasite is no longer what it used to be. Now all of them together are no match for Lei Gang. Everyone now believes that sometimes luck is more important than hard work. Several people looked at Xiuyu eagerly, hoping that Xiuyu could still find a chance. Don't look, there's no chance. You guys came too late. There are no more parasitic spores now. It's hard for a clever woman to cook without rice, and I can't do anything now. Xiuyu shrugged his shoulders, expressing clearly that there was nothing he could do. These people have already assembled. I decided to go home and return to the present world directly. This world is not attractive for the time being. Of course it is not compulsory, and I will not force you to continue exploring. Everyone heard that their captain was planning to leave, and it didn't make much sense to stay. After all, the parasitic spores were gone now, so it didn't make much sense not to go back and stay here. Captain, don't you say goodbye to Ghana? Lei Gang seemed to suddenly remember something. Janae. Forget it. I'm not from the same world. Saying goodbye to her will save her from having other thoughts. Let's go. Xiuyu didn't care, and called everyone to set off. Kana wanders the streets of Akihabara. It has been half a month since I separated from my uncle last time. I don't know where the uncle is now. Suddenly, he saw a group of people on the street full of evil spirits, and the pedestrians beside him gave way one after another. Kana's nose twitched. It's uncle. Surprisingly, he chased after him, only to see that the leader was a young man of similar age. Kana felt that he had not admitted his mistake. This good smell was him. Uncle. Kana waved vigorously, but the pedestrians around kept pushing her out. Xiuyu looked back at Kana, who was full of tears, sighed softly, turned his head and continued on his way. Kana struggled and chased after Xiuyu's team all the way to a forest in the outskirts. After seeing them go in, people disappeared. The footprints extended to a clearing under a big tree. Kanai sat on the ground and cried. Uncle, why did you leave without saying goodbye? I couldn't stop crying for a long time. The parasite turned into a soft palm and stroked Kana's head. I will definitely find you, uncle, no matter which world you are in. Chapter 42 Returning to Hokage, The Destruction of the Yuyi Clan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I finally returned to my own world safely. Do you want to get together tonight? Li Yunrui suggested to have a gathering together at night. Xiuyu couldn't refuse, so he went to have a barbecue with them. But after the end, I didn't continue to go crazy with them. There is no doubt that the team will face many inquiries from the Secret Service tomorrow. After all, returning from another world is not an easy task. Jili, I'm back. The door opened gently. Yuri's little head was exposed. Xiuyu, you're finally back. Xiuyu patted Jili's head, and replied, yes, you're back. Because my parents couldn't contact me, I left a note for myself before going on a trip. Parents are big-hearted, and they don't worry if they haven't seen themselves for such a long time. Sigh. What kind of parents do I have? Xiuyu sighed. Brother Xiuyu, don't sigh. Fortunately, they are not at home. You don't know that when they saw me just now, they suspected that I was your child. Just because I said that you are my only relative in this world, they said misunderstood. Jili had an angry and funny expression. Now it was Xiuyu's turn to be dumbfounded. Why parents really dare to think, how old are Jili, how old are I, didn't he say that he gave birth at the age of 10, is this a 10-year-old question, I'm afraid it's not a beast. Is he really his own? Xiuyu will doubt life. Jili still can't take you back this time because of your injury. I hope you can understand. Jili wasn't sad, but quietly hugged Xiuyu and gave me an arm. It's okay, brother Xiuyu, it won't be too late to go home after my injury is completely healed. Xiuyu was a little surprised, but he didn't think much of it when he thought that Jili was only an 8-year-old child. Brother Xiuyu, although my injury is almost healed, I always feel a little strange. It's not uncomfortable, it's just that my chakra is more active, and my body seems to be better than before the injury. There should be no problem. Unfortunately, I don't know medical ninjutsu right now, so I can't do an examination for you. I'll learn it as soon as possible, and then I'll examine you. Although our medical technology here is also very advanced, there is still nothing we can do about the chakra problem of. If it is a ninja who is proficient in medical ninjutsu, he will definitely scoff at it. Medical ninjutsu cannot be learned in a short time. It would not be an exaggeration to describe Xiuyu's statement as arrogant, and Yuyi really doesn't understand the difficulty of medical ninjutsu. The Uchiha clan is better at fighting than healing. During the Warring States period, except for some gifted ninjas, other injuries were basically treated with herbal medicine. System. Character Xiuyu. All kinds of races, Detongyu bloodline, LV1+, Immortal body, LV4+, Sharingan 3 hook jade, plus. Height 182 cm, chakra 60 cards, plus, continuously increasing, ninjutsu fire escape, great fireball jutsu, fire escape, fire dragon flame bullet, fire escape, great dragon fire art, fire escape. The art of singing dragon flames, fire escape. Phoenix fairy fire art. Escape. Impatience flower. Red. Escape. How? Extinguish. Water dungeon, water dragon bomb, water dungeon waterfall art, water dungeon big explosion water shock wave, water dungeon water array pillar, Tuduan Tuliyude, Tuduan Huangquanma, Tuduan Yansabang, Tuduan barrier, Dunlong Tangwo, Tuduan Tulu return, Tuduan earth dragon bullet, Tuduan Tulum gun, Tuduan Tuliyu cut, Tuduan Tuliyu city wall, Tuduan Tulum spear, earth dungeon iron prison, earth dungeon earth flow wall, earth dungeon Wanli earth flow wall. Earth controlling art avatar earth controlling magic skill bless earth escape ninjutsu, no seal, haste, strengthening, plus, wind escape gale palm, wind escape wind cut art, wind escape vacuum wave, thunder tunnel earth walk, basic introduction to sealing technique LV1. Obviously, my chakra has grown, and my sealing technique has just started, and my body is getting closer to the immortal body, but it is clear that the world of parasitic beasts has given him very little help. According to the myths and legends passed down in the previous life, the world of parasitic beasts can be regarded as a small thousand world at most, so naturally there is no way to provide him with much help. I meditated on the system in my heart, and in a blink of an eye I returned to the world of Naruto. There is a breath of nature in the air. Xiuyu was a little surprised. He could not feel the breath of natural energy in the world of Naruto before, but now he can feel the faint breath of nature. There is a high probability that his immortal physique has improved further. Looking around is a strange place. There was a faint smell of blood in the air. Xiuyu was not surprised. After all, the Warring States period was a chaotic massacre, and people died every day. Even Xiuyu was getting used to it, only this time, the smell of blood was particularly strong. I am afraid that this is not a bloody killing that ordinary people can create. follow the blood energy forward, and gradually see scattered corpses, basically all died terribly, obviously killed by a powerful body technique. Xiuyu's curiosity was mobilized, because if I remember correctly, there were basically no masters of physical skills in the Warring States period, and real physical masters were not famous in this era, until the later Konoha Blue Beast Mate Kai.at this time, who has such a strong physical strength. Taking a closer look at the deceased's armor, the family crest was obviously engraved, but it's a pity that the clan crest was basically beaten to pieces, so it was impossible to tell which ninja belonged to it. Xiuyu patiently made up the family emblem. If I remember correctly, it should be a member of the Yuyi clan. The Yuyi clan is a rather mysterious clan that was active in the Warring States period. As a famous big family, it can be said that the reputation is not inferior to Senju and Uchiha, but later generations have no descendants of this family at all, and it can be said that the family was exterminated during the Warring States period. Xiuyu also wondered how the Yuyi clan, as the descendants of the immortal of the Six Paths Otsutsuki Yuyi, died so quietly, that they were wiped out even before the Warring States period. Now it seems that I accidentally witnessed the demise of the Yuyi clan. Curiosity is like a cat scratching, it can't be stopped at all. Xiuyu cautiously continued to go deeper and tried to find out. Suddenly, a member of the Yuyi clan flew out, and he was already dead when he landed. It's ridiculous that a group of low-level natives dare to challenge Otsutsuki in vain. Today, let you group of blasphemers who claim to be the descendants of the Six Paths Immortals go to the west here. Ha ha ha. The purple lightning wrapped around his body, God chasing. After speaking, it turned into a purple lightning and hit the Yuyi clan with no power to fight back just by relying on physical skills. Damn it, this is a big wooden jinsher. No wonder the Yuyi clan died without making a sound. I also have to be careful not to be discovered by jinsher, or I can only rely on the system to take me away. Xiuyu hurriedly used the technique of controlling the earth to go deep into the ground several hundred meters, and then used the technique of transformation to turn into a rock, so he was relieved for the time being. Chapter 43. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As a member of the Otsutsuki clan, jinsher is an alien powerhouse that the entire Naruto world cannot resist for the time being. Xiuyu accidentally discovered that jinsher slaughtered the Yuyi clan at the right time. Although I don't know where the Yuyi clan provoked jinsher, it is clear that the unlucky Yuyi clan is doomed to perish in this world from today onwards. Jinsher was born very tall, more than 2 meters tall, with palms as huge as cattail leaf fans, and a pair of white eyes that can travel through time and space. He can even blur himself to avoid harm like a Beato's kaleidoscope, and he also has supernatural powers. Strong physical skills. The level of physical skills is comparable to that of Sasuke, who opened the Hokage reincarnation eye in the later stage. Obviously, the current jinsher is one of the strongest combat forces on the planet. The reason why it was one of them was because Xiuyu remembered that jinsher also had Otsutsuki's boss and another Otsutsuki's clansman. Although my bloodline is strictly speaking from the Otsutsuki clan, it is a pity that compared with these 3 Otsutsuki, I am currently a younger brother, and I am too young. I have just embarked on the road of ninja, and I need more time to catch up. Xiuyu carefully used the technique of controlling the earth to detect the situation on the ground, for fear of being discovered by jinsher. If jinsher finds out, there is no other way but to use the system to escape. Xiuyu did not expect to meet the Otsutsuki clan so early. Even if Hashirama and Madara are at their peak, they can't do anything to Otsutsuki. Now it is a tragic scene of a full-level Tuta massacring novice village. After everything was quiet, Xiuyu still didn't come out from the ground. After all, the Daitongyu clan was too evil, and it would be troublesome if it was accidentally exposed. After waiting for 3 days, Xiuyu got out from the ground. Jinsher has indeed left, and the tragic scene of the Yuyi clan is unbearable to look at. Jinsher did not use any ninjutsu to deal with the Yuyi clan at all, but simply used physical techniques to completely wipe out the Yuyi clan. The level of destruction and gore caused by taijutsu far exceeds that of ninjutsu. Xiuyu endured the smell of blood and filth and patiently inspected the entire battlefield. After all, this was an important demonstration of the fighting power of the Otsutsuki clan, and he could learn about his future enemies in more detail. Obviously, with the proud attitude of the Otsutsuki clan, there will be a battle with the Otsutsuki clan in the future, the entire Yuyi clan has no one alive, it is indeed dead. It's a pity that a large clan in the Warring States period disappeared, so that future generations have forgotten the existence of this clan. Is this the Basho fan of the Sage of the Six Paths? On the central altar of the Yuyi clan, there is a white and red fan, which looks very much like the Basho fan of the Sage of the Six Paths. Xiuyu directly picked it up and tried it. A wave of fanning is a hurricane, and another fanning is a raging fire. Sure enough, this is the plantain fan that can cast the 5-attribute ninjutsu of wind, fire, water, thunder, and earth at one time. It's a pity that Xiuyu didn't think highly of this plantain fan in his heart, and it was even better to give himself a sharp grass shaving sword. After all, I am also of Otsutsuki blood with all 5 attributes, yin and yang attributes, and I don't lack chakra to handle this extremely chakra-consuming 6-path ninja tool, but it is meaningless. Ninjutsu can be performed by itself, and there is no need for this thing at all. In the end, I can only keep it as a collection, and give it away after seeing who uses it in the future. Xiuyu spent a whole day carefully counting the entire Yuyi clan, and basically deduced a part of Jinchu's strength. Fortunately, when I was a little proud, I encountered a golden formula, and now I am much more sober after enlightenment. I still have a long way to go, and the Daitongmu clan will have to face it sooner or later. I can't be too slack. Xiuyu sighed. After witnessing the destruction of the Yuyi clan with his own eyes, Xiuyu's heart became more anxious, and he couldn't help but speed up on the road. After half the schedule, I finally arrived at the Uchiha clan. Although the Uchiha clan personnel were located in an orderly manner, they looked a little flustered, and it was obvious that something had happened. It's me, Uchiha Xiuyu. Xiuyu saw the guard showing his Sharingan actively. This can reduce misunderstandings, because Madara and other Uchihas have accepted Xiuyu as a clan member, so now Xiuyu calls himself Uchiha Xiuyu in Uchiha. The guard just wanted to call out the enemy's attack, but when he heard someone introduce himself as Uchiha Xiuyu, he thought carefully that Uchiha Xiuyu was introduced to him by the clan, but he was not familiar with it and almost mistook it for the enemy's attack. Xiuyu, who successfully entered the clan territory, was also informed of the current Uchiha situation by the guards just now. The Patriarch Uchiha Tajima and the Senju Patriarch Senju Buddha were both wounded, and now they are seriously injured in bed and are in critical condition. Xiuyu was waiting outside the door where Uchiha Tajima was recuperating, and Madara and Kwana were taking care of Tajima inside. Who's coming outside? The voice was not loud, but very calm, but secretly concealed a bit of depression and powerlessness. It's me, the Patriarch, Uchiha Xiuyu. Cough 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 cough, come in. Hearing what Tian Dao said, Xiuyu didn't procrastinate, he pushed the door lightly and entered, then gently closed the door. How is the Patriarch? Xiuyu didn't know what to say to Tian Dao. After all, the first impression was not very good, and to be precise, Uchiha Tajima is an unscrupulous person, not a friendly father.So I just had to say hello. It's not good. Tajima replied bluntly. Father. Madara and Kwana next to her felt their eyes a little sore. Strictly speaking, Tajima is not a qualified father, nor did he protect Madara's younger brothers, except for him, Quan Nai, and Jili, who was rescued by Xiuyu. The other brothers and sisters had already turned into dry bones, but in this troubled world, Tajima is a qualified patriarch. In this era when life is a luxury, he protected the family. This is also a dark age when there is no possibility of living without a family. Don't be sad, this is the fate of ninjas. When a person is killed, he will die. The sages of the 6 paths have all turned into clouds of the past. You must also learn to look forward. It seems that Tajima can see very clearly now. Don't worry, Fujian's injury is not much better. Haha. Father, don't talk about it at this time. The most important thing is to take care of the injury. Madara, Kwana, listen to me seriously. And Uchiha Shu. Tajima interrupted the words of the two brothers. I have a hunch that maybe I will die soon, and Madara will take my place in the future. Be the patriarch of Uchiha. Kwana and Xiuyu, you can help Madara well, can you? Quan Nai nodded, but Xiuyu did not refuse. After all, his relationship with Madara is there. Even if Tajima doesn't say anything, Xiuyu will support Madara. The continuation of the family is in your hands, Madara. Take the responsibility on your shoulders. Lying on the bed with a pale face, Tajima looked sideways at Madara, waiting for Madara's answer. I will definitely revive the Uchiha. Chapter 44 The Battle Between Tajima and Buddha. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tajima's skirt swayed unsteadily as the autumn wind blew, and the Buddha's headband rattled as it blew. The hatred between Uchiha and Senju has lasted for thousands of years, with constant cutting and chaos. As the two strongest ninjas in the Warring States period, they finally collided again in this autumn. Tajima, this is the first time we have played against each other. Fujian looked at his old opponent, but couldn't remember how many times they had played against each other. The two have been on the battlefield since they were a few years old, and they have fought countless times, climbing and climbing from the mountain of corpses to the sea of blood until today's scene. Fujian, you're on your way. What's the point of you remembering the past? After all, you still need me to wake you up. Just capture it, Fujian, you are not my opponent. On the surface, Tajima persuaded Fujian to surrender. In fact, they are highly vigilant in their hearts. The two old foxes have been fighting for so many years, and they know each other too well. It's useless to talk too much. I'm here to seek justice for my people. Fujian knew that his old opponent also wanted to put himself to death. Both Fuma and Tajima left Hashirama and Madara, Tajima and Kwanna aside in this war. Both of them were worried that if they died in this revenge war, there would be no successors. Especially the Buddha room is even more anxious. Ever since Jujian came back from Yuzushio village with his clansmen, he also learned about the existence of Uchiha Xiuyu from Toikuma's mouth, and Uchiha Xiuyu's combat power is still above Token at such a young age, not to mention learning from Hashirama that Uchiha Xiuyu has entered the ninja path for less than a year. A strong sense of crisis invaded the Buddha. If the situation did not allow it, the Buddha really wanted to find a chance to assassinate Uchiha Xiuyu, not to mention that Enai Zazujian even yelled that Xiuyu was his friend. If he passed away unfortunately, it would be very difficult for his two heirs to compete with each other's two children plus a Uchiha Xiuyu who appeared out of nowhere. Fire escape, the skill of the powerful dragon fire. Fujian, do you dare to be distracted when fighting with me? Tian Dao seized the opportunity to attack the Fujian, but it's a pity that they were all old foxes, and Tian Dao didn't take advantage of it. Tajima, only one of us can leave here today. Buddha, just what I want. The two of them fought continuously, fighting with ninjutsu, and physical skills, using everything to their extremes. From the battle in the morning to the evening, the two of them were covered with scars all over their bodies, and they hadn't yet decided the final victory, until the last two people were so seriously injured that they both fell to the ground. Then they were found by their respective clansmen, and then they were in this dying state. Tajima gradually recovered from the memories of a few days ago. Madara, don't disappoint my expectations. I'm not a qualified father, but you must become a qualified patriarch to protect your brother Kwanna and your clan. Tajima seemed to have resorted to the last with a lot of strength. The voice gradually lowered. Seeing Madara's eyes, Xiuyu was completely connected together, becoming a kaleidoscope Sharingan. Tajima closed her eyes in relief. The eldest son's talent surpassed his own, so he could leave with confidence. The family depends on you, Madara. Quan Nai shed tears silently, and Xiuyu bowed solemnly beside him. Today is a sad day, and the Uchiha clan seems to be whining silently. It was raining heavily in the sky. At the same time, the land of the thousand hands. Hashirama, Kwanna, I'm afraid my father really won't be able to survive this time. Ahem. Fujian spat out a mouthful of blood as he spoke. Father. Although Fujian has always been too strict with the children, the two remaining children can still understand their father. Although in the eyes of Buddha, Hashirama is impulsive and too ideal, but as a ninja, Hashirama is talented, and so is Tajima. Hashirama, you are a very talented ninja, but you are too naive and too idealistic. You don't have enough strength. These are stupid ways to kill. It's not that father doesn't want peace, it's just that father is more realistic than what you see. So after my father left, listen to Feijian more. You are not as calm as Feijian at your age. Yes, father, I'll ask Tajima more. Hashirama bowed her head guiltily. Why did father go to the decisive battle with the Uchiha clan without telling us? Father knows about your friendship with Madara. Although father thinks you are naive, he is not optimistic about your ideals. But father also wants to respect his child's choice for the last time. Just after Feijian finished speaking, there was another cough, and the wound on the gauze blood seeped out again. The family is in your hands. You should help your elder brother a little more. If it weren't for you, I would really be worried. Understood, father. I will take good care of my elder brother. The clansman, do you need me to inform you? Tajima could still calmly consider the issue of the family's power transfer at this time. Don't worry, I have already cleared the obstacles for you. What's more, your talents as ninjas are far superior to mine, and the clansmen agree with you very much. Tajima nodded silently. Father, don't worry, I've grown up, I can protect my people well. You see. In order to reassure his father, Hashirama showed his strength just like a child. A seedling grew out of the palm of Hashirama's hand, and it quickly turned into a big tree in the blink of an eye. It barely stopped growing when it was about to break through the roof. This kind of vitality, Feijian asked Faima to help himself up in surprise, and groped for the rough bark. This kind of exuberant vitality, Hashirama is this? Hashirama scratched his head, and said honestly, this is a technique that I have recently awakened. It has a large range of operation, and I think it is very powerful. Can the tree grow normally if the supply of chakra is stopped? Yes, even if the supply of chakra is stopped, it can grow normally on the land. Feijian looked at the big tree and laughed loudly, okay. Ha ha ha. In the end, Senju is better than Uchiha. Ha ha ha. Hashirama, I don't have any regrets. The Senju clan is begging you. Finally, be careful of Uchiha Xiuyu. Tajima told me about Xiuyu. Uchiha Xiuyu is too weird, you have to be careful. I'm tired, I want to rest. You guys go out. Step out of this door and start, Hashirama, you are the patriarch. Go. Feijian tried his best to wave his hand, signaling Hashirama and Tamona to go out. The two waited outside the door for a while, and heard their father snoring. The next morning, when Hashirama and Toikuma went to visit their father again, they found that Feijian was smiling and fell asleep forever. Zhujian and Feijian buried the Buddha room with tears in their eyes. Feijian walked very peacefully. Probably because he saw that Zhujian had really grown up. The Thousand Hands clan will definitely continue to grow. On this day, two old wooden boats sank to the bottom of the sea. New ships set sail. Chapter 45 Hashirama and Madara, log into the new era. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Brother, now that my father has passed away, we need to quickly determine the position of the patriarch. We can't procrastinate, we must know that we are also surrounded by powerful enemies, and we need to stabilize as soon as possible. Feijian is always the most calm considering the whole matter. The most important thing now is to stabilize the Thousand Hands clan, and revenge will come later. Tajima, I know. Let's call the tribe. Hashirama also knew that from now on, he would carry the banner of the Thousand Hands clan, and he had to be more cautious in all things. Looking at the clansmen gathered together in the clan ground, there was a seat directly between the pillars, and the clansmen below staggered in fright. Hashirama doesn't have to be like this. We are all of the same clan, and we have been protected by Master Feijian since we were young. Feijian was speechless watching from the side, and the eldest brother is so shameless. Thank you elders for your dedication. Today is the day I take over as the patriarch of the Thousand Hands clan. Thank you for your support. Zhu Jian's sincerity quickly moved the people of the clan. After all, the Thousand Hands clan was originally a relatively united group. It is true that Mama and Tajima are the strongest among the younger generation, and everyone has no objection to Hashirama as the patriarch. Now with such a sincere attitude from Hashirama, everyone is even more convinced. I know that everyone wants to avenge the patriarch as soon as possible, but now we need to stabilize the Senju clan first, and we will discuss the matter of revenge later. Originally, the Senju clan wanted to launch a revenge war against Uchiha as soon as possible, but now that the young patriarch has said what to discuss later, everyone has no objection. After a clan meeting, Qianshuo's clan gradually dispersed. Brother, this is different from what I said before. I told you that it is best to avenge your father first, and you can take this opportunity to win the hearts of the people. Fortunately, you wasted this opportunity for nothing. Fortunately, you are not a fool, didn't say at the clan meeting that we want to coexist peacefully with Uchiha, otherwise, believe it or not, you wouldn't even be able to be the clan leader. Brother, what are you thinking? Do you think that if you want to live in peace with Uchiha, Uchiha is willing to live in peace with you? Brother, you are already the patriarch of Senshu, and you can't be as brainless as before. What's more, Uchiha won't let it go this time. Tomonoma reprimanded Hashirama very shamelessly. Why? The conflict between the two races is already so deep, so now is the best time to understand each other. My shadow clone has already heard the news outside. Uchiha Tajima is dead. Obviously, Tajima's death is the same as our father. Both of them were wounded and then died. So Uchiha will never let it go us. Brother, don't be so naive anymore, now the entire Senju clan needs you to carry it, we must first be prepared for the Uchiha to attack at any time. Hashirama would not feel ashamed of being reprimanded by his younger brother, but his father's body was still alive and he was about to face a new war. It's disgusting. Brother, I'm going to investigate the information first. Tajima saw that Hashirama finally listened to it, so he didn't say any more. On the other side, the body of Uchiha Tajima has also been buried safely. Regarding Tajima's burial, Xiuyu suggested that Uchiha Tajima's binoculars be removed and placed properly so that they could be used as replacements in case of problems with the binoculars of the clansmen later. Of course, it was opposed by Uchiha Madara and Kwana at first. Because Uchiha's burial is no different from that of ordinary people. It is indeed against the tradition of the family to remove the eyes. Blade, there will be a big battle with the Senju clan soon. I know I can't persuade you, and you can't persuade the Uchiha clan. To put it bluntly, Uchiha now needs the Senju clan as a united goal. I also know that you have opened the kaleidoscope Sharingan, but you are also the first one of the Uchiha clan to open it. What if the kaleidoscope has any sequelae? Now that you have the entire Uchiha clan on your shoulders, it's always right to be prepared for the backhand. Madara was finally persuaded by Xiuyu, and Kwana took Tajima's Sangadama Sharingan off, and temporarily sealed it up with Uchiha's sealing technique. Of course, all of this was done quietly without informing any of the clansmen. Then came the ceremony of Madara taking over as the patriarch. It's a pity that the Uchiha people are always so rebellious. And even in the succession ceremony, two opponents jumped out. Of course, Madara does not reject it. After all, if the leader of the patriarch does not have enough combat power, how can he convince the crowd? Have you considered it clearly? I respect every member of the Uchiha tribe. Since the two of you have any doubts, go together. Let me tell you why I can sit in the position of the patriarch. Madara looked at the world with disdain. The momentum made the rest of the tribe applaud. One of the two challengers is called Uchiha Fan and the other is called Uchiha Group. Both of them are brothers and they have a deep relationship. The reason why he challenged Uchiha Madara was not really wanting to snatch the position of the patriarch. On the contrary, they are all Tajima's diehards, and they arranged this scene before Tajima was alive. The purpose is to help Madara show his strength and successfully take over the position of patriarch. Madara also saw the meaning of this. After all, although the two were clamoring for a challenge, they still showed respect to themselves, which showed their intentions. Madara would not waste the kindness of the two of them. The war is imminent, and I need to stabilize the Uchiha clan first. Soon a battle came to an end, and Madara easily won the victory. Especially the Uchiha Fan and the Uchiha regiment also showed extremely strong fighting strength. Everyone immediately and completely convinced the newly appointed patriarch, Shan. Antoine also swore to be loyal to Uchiha Madara. Xiuyu, this world is changing so fast, I can't accept it for a while. In private, Madara and Su Xiuyu were feeling emotional about what happened during this period. Now he is about to carry the Uchiha clan at a young age. Although his father is mean, he is also dead. Madara, you are the real leader of the Uchiha clan now, don't be so downcast. Kwanna, you also persuade him. Kwanna also smiled and said nothing, quietly listening to the conversation between Xiuyu and Madara. Blade, you have now taken the first step, to control the Uchiha clan. Now you can't stop the Uchiha's revenge on Senju, and Hashirama can't stop the Senju clan from venting their anger. The battle between the two clans is inevitable. Madara also knew that what Su Xiuyu said was the truth, and now both sides were suppressing the hatred, which was on the verge of breaking out, and neither he nor Zhujian could stop it. There will always be many difficulties and obstacles on the road to success, which is inevitable. Then it is to try to achieve reconciliation with the Qianshou clan as soon as possible after the war, to establish a new village, and to take the second step of peace. Su Xiuyu said, Kwanna, you have to be careful about the leaf space, the art of the leaf space is quite strange, Qianshou don't be careless. Kwanna nodded, indicating that she would pay attention. Chapter 46 The Golden Warning. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Xiuyu knew that Quan Nai might not have listened to his warning, and felt a little helpless. Originally, Quan Nai died at the hands of Fei Jian, and Madara was really helpless after Quan Nai's death, so that her thoughts became more and more extreme, until she was bewitched by Heiju, and spent the rest of her life living in the shape of Heiju among the lies. Now that you have yourself, you must avoid this. Su Xiuyu also planned to kidnap these two to help him work in another world. After all, the fighting power of the Secret Service team in my original world was too weak. When I really explore the world in the future, wouldn't I be exhausted if I have no skills at all? What's more, Madara really regards herself as a relative, and she can't bear to watch him waste his life like the original book. The easiest thing is to start with changing Kwanna's death. Madara, there are many challenges we face in this world, not only the struggle between various ethnic groups, but also challenges you can't imagine. Now the struggle between Uchiha and Senju is just a small step in front of you. Immediately, Su Xiuyu led Madara and Kwanna to the place where the Yuyi clan was destroyed. Seeing the well-known Hagoromo self-sufficiency quietly disappearing into the tide of history, Madara was filled with emotion for a while. Xiuyu, since you brought us here, are you the one who witnessed all this with your own eyes? Unfortunately, although I was at the scene, I just simply observed it with scouting ninjutsu. My body was hidden under meters of rock and soil. So strictly speaking, I didn't really see the whole Yuyi, the demise of the family. Su Xiuyu shook his head, probably arousing Madara's competitive heart. Blade, I want to warn you, don't even think about challenging this strong man. If you see him in the future, take every opportunity to escape without looking back. If you are lucky, maybe he won't bother to pay attention to you, and he might let you go. You go away. Su Xiuyu was afraid that Uchiha Madara would do something secretly, so he warned him sternly again. Are you so sure that I don't even have a chance to escape? Didn't you go through the entire Yuyi extermination well? Madara didn't care, feeling that Su Xiuyu was exaggerating. Madara, do you think you can kill me completely? Su Xiuyu asked suddenly. Madara thought about it carefully, and felt that he should not be able to do it. After all, if Su Xiuyu's Earth escape blindly ran for his life, even if he opened the kaleidoscope, he would have nothing to do with Su Xiuyu. After all, strength is crushing, and there is no guarantee that he can kill Dai. In fact, Madara didn't even know enough about Su Xiuyu's strength. I hid underground for 3 whole days before I dared to come out. Because I was really afraid of meeting that strong man. It's not that he couldn't attack me, it's just that he didn't notice me. Do you understand? Now whether it is you are still Kwanna, or Hashirama Toikuma, and if you are caught by him, you will die. Quan Nai looked at the serious Su Xiuyu, and also confirmed that Su Xiuyu was not joking. His characteristic is that he is dressed in white clothes, and his eyes are white. Of course, it is not the same as the white eyes of the Hyuga clan. You must pay attention to this. He is more than 2 meters tall, with a strong body and a huge body. He is very good at physical skills, and the Yuyi clan, all of them died from his taijutsu. When he slaughtered the Yuyi clan, he didn't use any ninjutsu except taijutsu. There is a hard horn on the head that turns up to the upper left corner, and the arms are very thick. When you see this person, don't think about it, just run. Such a strong person will not hide his body, and there is no need to worry about him transforming into other people. Appearance. Xiuyu told Madara and Kwana all of Jinshi's characteristics in one go, reminding them to pay attention to this person. Looking at Xiyu's solemn look, Madara also expressed that he would remember it firmly. The three returned to the clan again, and Madara and Kwana were busy preparing for the entire Uchiha clan that Xiuyu bid farewell to Madara, because Xiuyu was in a hurry to find the Uzumaki clan. The last time he promised Uzumaki Mito some time to visit her, but he first returned to the real world, and then went to the parasitic beast world, and only came back today. Mito is probably going to be angry. At this moment, the Uzumaki clan is in Uzumaki village. Whirlpool Mito is watching the sunset from the rocks on the mountainside. That's right, it was the rock that Xiuyu lifted up with the technique of controlling the earth. The last time the two watched the fireworks display, it was the red line drawn by this rock. Death Xiuyu, I promised to come and see me when I was free, but it's been so long and I haven't come here. Could it be that I forgot? Damn, if I can forget this, I'll catch you and not kill you. Whirlpool Mito furious. In fact, Mito has a pungent temper, but only in front of Xiuyu did he show the gentleness that belongs to Xiuyu. If it were someone else, it wouldn't be such a verbal greeting, it would just be fisting. That girl is blaming me. Xiuyu quietly got out from the rock and patted Mito's shoulder. Ah, you scared me. Mito punched Xiuyu lightly, pretending to be scared. Xiuyu also deliberately grinned his teeth and pretended to be in pain. Why did it take you so long to come back to see me? Mito still looked like you just came now, waiting for Xiuyu's explanation with his mouth raised. I don't want to lie to you. It's true that I have gone through a lot recently, so I took the time to come here. Many things are not hidden from you, but I can't explain them carefully to you now. Believe me, you will understand in the future. Xiuyu seriously explained to Mito. Seeing Xiuyu's serious look, Mito knew that there must be something hard to say. Then I'll forgive you. Mito then happily took Xiuyu's hand, and the two sat down together to watch the sunset. Hey Mito, I'm sorry that I don't have enough time to accompany you. Xiuyu was a little apologetic. After all, this was his first serious relationship experience in 2 lifetimes. It's okay, I can understand. I heard from the clan that Uchiha Tajima and Senjutsu, the patriarchs of Uchiha, have both passed away. Is it Hashirama and Madara who will succeed the patriarch? Mito didn't dwell on those details, asked about the recent situation of the 2 races. Yes, Madara and Hashirama took over the position of patriarch respectively. The war is about to break out again. Xiuyu told Mito frankly. So what are you going to do? I know that the Uchiha clan regards you as a clan member, Hashirama considers you as a friend, and Madara regards you as a younger brother, and you are sandwiched between the two. What are you going to do? Mito hit the nail on the head. The question reveals the core contradiction that Xiuyu is struggling with now. That's right, whether he is helping Madara or Hashirama, no matter who he helps, it is hurting the other friend. That I never thought that one day I would encounter such a difficult decision. Actually, I am also very confused. I don't know who to help, and I don't know whether I should help each other. Xiuyu's position as a latecomer is very contradictory. Originally, this wasn't my own world, but I had a deep bond with this world. Now I am in a dilemma. I know you are in a difficult situation right now, so why not? You can learn medical ninjutsu from our Uzumaki clan, and you will not help each other, but you can help Senshu and Uchiha. Although you are actually not good at both ends, but at least it conforms to your own thoughts. Mito proposed an unflattering idea, but it happened to hit Xiuyu's mind. You really are my good wife, Mito. Xiuyu couldn't help but hugged Mito. Let go. I was seen by the elders of the clan. Chapter 47. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The elder Dazu smiled and watched the two children fighting there. He had experienced too much in his long life, and his other half had already died in the long journey. Looking at these two lovely juniors, there is love and nostalgia in my heart. Hello, great elder. Xiuyu hurriedly stopped fighting with Uzumaki Mito. Mito's elders had all appeared, and he needed to show enough respect. Is it called Uchiha Xiuyu? Little guy, take Mito girl for a walk with me, and talk to me, an old man. Xiuyu nodded, and the two of them walked slowly following the first elder, keeping a suitable distance. How is the little guy staying in the Uchiha? I heard that kid in Hashirama called you Xiuyu. You weren't originally from the Uchiha clan. The great elder asked this time to express his doubts. Old man, it's a bit complicated, but now he is indeed a member of the Uchiha clan, and he should be regarded as Madara's younger brother. Xiuyu couldn't explain much, so he had to introduce Madara's younger brother. The great elder didn't ask any more questions after hearing this. He probably had a score in his heart. Then what do you think of our Uzumaki clan? The Uzumaki family is also one of the great clans of the Warring States period. Objectively speaking, apart from being slightly inferior to Senju Uchiha in terms of force, they are not inferior to the rich families such as Hyuga. What's more, the Uzumaki family's sealing technique is unique in the world. In terms of sealing technique, other people of all nationalities are hard to come by. Xiuyu evaluated the Uzumaki clan objectively, but didn't mention anything more. It was the first time I had close contact with Great Elder Whirlpool, and I didn't know what he thought, so it was difficult to have a heart-to-heart talk. The Great Elder didn't say anything after hearing this. He still walked slowly and only sighed softly. Our Uzumaki clan's sealing technique is indeed excellent, but hearing the evaluation of you, an outsider who is unrivaled in the world, I am not only unhappy, but even a little worried. I'm afraid that every ninja sees our Uchiha clan like this. The great elder didn't know whether he was expressing emotion or deliberately testing Xiuyu. Xiuyu was not surprised when he heard that. The destruction of the Uzumaki clan in later generations had nothing to do with the fact that the Uzumaki clan's sealing technique was coveted by others. When Hashirama was alive, no one dared to bully Hashirama. After Hashirama died, Uzumaki Mito didn't even save Uzumaki country's face. Even Konoha, a natural ally, did not send any support. All this seemed so unbelievable. After all, the Uzumaki family was passed down in the chaotic Warring States period, and the country was mysteriously wiped out a few years before World War II. It's pathetic. Without the protection of Hashirama, the country of the Vortex has no way to resist the attacks of several major countries. I don't have great strength, and I entrust my safety to the protection of my allies, and at the same time, I am coveted by hunters who are eyeing tigers. There must be no good results in the end. Xiuyu didn't care if it was the elder's temptation or what. Expressing his thoughts directly. Xiuyu. Mito hastily tugged Xiuyu's hand, signaling Xiuyu to stop talking. These words obviously imply that the Uzumaki clan is dependent on others, and they will not be able to protect themselves in future disasters. To say these words so nakedly as a foreigner, no matter right or wrong, is offensive, and now the person offended is the most respected elder in the clan. The great elder turned his head and stared at Xiuyu's face seriously. Looking at this young face, he made a bold statement: "It's good to be young." Then Uchiha Xiuyu, what do you think you can bring to Mito? You are neither Uchiha Madara nor Senju Hashirama, and without the support of a single ninja, how can you conclude that the Uzumaki clan pinned their hopes on what about the allies? That the great elder was not angry. At his age, these small provocative remarks could no longer arouse his emotional fluctuations. Me, I can only rely on my own strength. Xiuyu said simply, if you have strength, protect yourself. I will protect Mito well, including those Mito wants to protect. Xiuyu. Mito was very moved when he heard that. Girls in love are so easy to satisfy. Dazu laughed. Xiuyu Uchiha, your tone is no worse than Madara, are you Uchiha so crazy? Great Elder, I can know myself very clearly. I'm not joking. Xiuyu looked at the cloudy eyes of the Great Elder confidently, without retreating at all. Just kidding, how could the cheating player lose momentum? Confidence is a good thing. The Great Elder turned around and began to run slowly again. That it was as if nothing had been said just now. Go and play first, old man, I have to go by myself now. The Great Elder said goodbye to the two with a smile. The whirlpool rings the river, hurry to inform the elders in the clan, let's have a clan meeting together, the old man has some ideas. Yes, Elder. He accepted the order. Not long after, all the elders participating in the clan association arrived. The Great Elder urgently called us for something. Everyone knows that Uchiha and Senju are about to go to war. I know, Great Elder, it is impossible for us to keep silent about the battle between these two clans. Are we going to help the Thousand Hands this time? After all, we are allies. Did the Chinsho clan send a request for help? The Great Elder asked directly. No, Great Elder. Masahiko Uzumaki replied. Then let's not participate in the battle between Senju and Uchiha this time. The Elder directly ordered. Everyone is very confused, why not help your allies? Even if we really support the Senju clan, Uchiha also has allies, and we can't decide the outcome. On the contrary, our participation in the battle is to let the clan die in vain. Have you ever thought about where the Uzumaki clan will go after we die 100 years ago? The soul of the Great Elder asked, and everyone fell silent. Yes, the Uzumaki family has a long lifespan, strong sealing skills, and a lot of chakras, but their frontal combat capabilities are average, and the number of their clansmen is not large. The next generation hasn't grown up yet, except for one Uzumaki Mito, the others don't have any particularly outstanding talents. The entire Uzumaki clan is showing a declining trend. Everyone knows it, but no one dares to say it. What's the matter? You won't talk now. Don't worry too much, we old bones can continue to help. The Great Elder saw that everyone was silent and had no choice but to comfort everyone. Sho Uchiha is here again today. I just met that guy. Everyone looked at the Great Elder in confusion, wondering why the Great Elder, who was still discussing clan issues, just now changed the subject to Uchiha Sho. I feel that her chakra amount is huge, even higher than that of our Uzumaki clan. The Great Elder had an expression of surprise when he knew it. That terrifying amount of chakra is comparable to that of Hashirama. Great Elder, isn't he from the Uchiha clan? Why do you have so many chakras at such a young age? Yes, this is too exaggerated. The elders of Uzumaki are well-informed people, even if they are so, they have never seen such an outrageous Uchiha. In addition, I can feel the Yin attribute chakra aura on his body is as vast as the sea, and the Yang attribute chakra aura is like the scorching sun in the sky. I think you should know what this means. The elder also had a bitter expression. The gap between people is sometimes much greater than the gap between humans and dogs. The other elders were suddenly in an uproar. If I remember correctly, Mito said that Uchiha Xiuyu is proficient in the 5 escapism techniques, and has all the attributes of strengthening Yin and Yang. Isn't this the aptitude of a small 6-path sage? Although it is a bit exaggerated to say so, there is no doubt that as long as Uchiha Xiuyu does not die halfway, he will definitely not be inferior to Hashirama and Madara in the future. Everyone nodded in agreement. By the way, the Great Elder seemed to be cheating. I got accurate information from Hashirama. This kid, Uchiha Xiuyu, practiced chakra and embarked on the road of ninja for less than a year. What? Impossible. How is this possible? Chapter 48 Vortex Bet, 1 stud. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Elder, are you really kidding us? Uchiha Xiuyu has been practicing for less than a year. How is this possible? Hashirama is already an amazingly talented person, isn't Uchiha Xiuyu's talent far surpassing Hashirama? Quiet. The Great Elder's words made everyone who was discussing stop. I asked Masahiko to confirm this news with Hashirama repeatedly, and even inquired with Uchiha Madara. The news is true. When Uchiha Xiuyu met Hashirama and Madara for the first time, they were just ordinary people. They were very sure. At that time, they thought Xiuyu was a nobleman, because he was dressed luxuriously but had no power to restrain himself. The great elder sighed with emotion, so, Uchiha Xiuyu, who was covered by Hashirama and Madara, is the most terrifying genius, and this genius has already grown up, and it is very difficult to die young. What do you guys think now? That's a good thing. That girl Mito just fell in love with him. I used to think that Hashirama was better. If you say that, great elder, it's a good thing. Masahiko thinks this is a very good thing, everyone is happy. I've decided that the Uzumaki clan will gradually disregard their connection with the Senju clan in the future. Of course, there's no rush right now, and the focus will gradually shift to Mito and Xiuyu. Isn't it too risky for the great elder? Although everyone recognizes Uchiha Xiuyu's talent, but after all, the alliance with the Senju clan has lasted for hundreds of years, so it is a pity to give up so easily up. Of course I know that Qianshou has been getting along very well as our ally, but our Uzumaki clan can't always pin our development on the Qianshou clan. Although Xiuyu Uchiha belongs to the Uchiha clan, he only recognizes Madara and Hashirama, and he does not have the shackles of the Uchiha clan in his bones. There is no real ninja support behind him, and now is our good opportunity. I just want to find a real asylum for the Uzumaki clan, instead of pinning my hopes and safety on other ninja clans. Everyone looked at the great elder silently. Unexpectedly the oldest clan elder present was the most courageous one. The Whirlpool clan bet on Xiuyu. They didn't even plan to leave a way out, they directly studied. I have no opinion. I also agree with the clan elder's idea. Well, I agree too. Gradually all the elders present unified their opinions and agreed with the decision of the great elder. The great elder remembered with a smile, okay, don't frown. Now that you have made a decision, entertain the next one well. Masahiko, Xianghe, go and take the young people to entertain Uchiha Xiuyu. Yes, elder. X2.Su Xiuyu and Mito were wandering around in the beautiful Ushio village, and they didn't know the decisions made by the great elder and the other elders. Sometimes the old man's vision is really unique, and he bet on Su Xiuyu until he got the protection of all ages. Of course, this is something for later, let's not mention it for now. Sister Mito, Master Xiuyu, it's getting late, Uncle Masahiko asked me to call you back for dinner. A cute little Masahiro came to urge the two of them to have dinner. It's Uzumaki Asahi. Mito happily squeezed the little Masada's face. The chubby face was extremely cute. Sister Mito, I've grown up. Don't tease me like this again. Uzumaki Asauka's face turned red to the neck. And Lord Xiuyu is still here, Sister Shuehu, please let me go. Mito seemed to feel Uzumaki Asauka's plea, and finally gave up teasing Asaoka. Su Xiuyu also fell in love with this cute little Zhengtai. I have never had a brother or sister in my 2 lifetimes. Looking at this cute little Zhengtai, I feel that it would be nice to have a younger brother. Let's forget about Kwana, even if he pretends not to speak, it's a little odd, probably Sasuke's fault, who told Kwana to be so similar to Sasuke Uchiha. Su Xiuyu quietly whispered in Mito's ear, Mito, if you like children in the future, you can have more children. Mito's face immediately turned red with embarrassment. Who wants to have children with you? How old am I? Ah. Ha 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 ha. Su Xiuyu laughed unscrupulously. The two followed Whirlpool Qianshou to the auditorium of the tribe. Basically all the tribes of Whirlpool came to the auditorium. The elders sat in the upper seat, and the others sat down in an orderly manner. There were also many Whirlpool children playing in the auditorium. Slapstick. Welcome our new member, Uchiha Xiuyu. Mito brought Xiuyu up, let's get to know each other. The great elder introduced Su Xiuyu to all the Uzumaki people. Most of the clansmen don't know why the great elder specially introduced Uchiha Xiuyu, however, it does not hinder everyone's support for the great elder. The atmosphere of the Uzumaki clan has always been very good, there is no distinction between ranks. As for the elders, they are all aged Uzumaki clansmen who are trusted by the clansmen and are spontaneously elected. Of course, there is another obvious thing, that among the elders of Uzumaki who survived the Warring States period, especially those who lived to a certain age, there is absolutely no one who is a soft persimmon, because in troubled times, the weaker ones have no chance to grow old. Xiuyu was also embarrassed to face the enthusiasm of the Uzumaki clan, thanked everyone and took his seat smoothly. There will be no special activities in the future, everyone will just eat, drink and celebrate for a while. When he was full of wine and food, Xiuyu was taken to the guest room by the little gentleman Uzumaki Chinchou, and then fell asleep peacefully. The next morning, Uzumaki Chinchou knocked on the door again, planning to help Xiuyu dress and wash. Xiuyu was not used to it, after all. It was only his maid Ling who changed his clothes before. Hurry up and drive this cute little Zhengtai out. Okay, Whirlpool Chinchou, a little man like you is actually sulked because I kicked you out, isn't it? Xiuyu looked at Whirlpool Chinchou helplessly. She is obviously the young lady, but her thinking is so old-fashioned, she speaks and shuts her mouth. Master Xiuyu doesn't need my help this afternoon, just let me know, and don't drive me out. Okay, I got it. I've already had breakfast now. Chinchou, where are you taking me? Master Xiuyu, let's go to Uncle Masahiko to learn the sealing technique with Miss Mito. Of course, I will also study with you. Chinchou said without thinking. If I remember correctly, the Uzumaki clan's sealing technique is not taught to others, right? Is it really okay to teach it to me directly? Xiuyu was very puzzled. Everyone knew that the Uzumaki clan's sealing technique was amazing, but they didn't learn it either. The doorway, because the sealing technique of the Uzumaki clan is not rumored at all. Lord Xiuyu, you remember correctly, the Uzumaki clan's sealing technique is indeed not rumored. Otherwise, why would there be so many people with our clan's sealing technique? Although the sealing technique of the Uzumaki clan is not blood succession ninjutsu, it is very difficult to learn. It is extremely difficult to learn without the Uzumaki clan's blood and talent. But Mr. Xiuyu, you don't need to worry so much. You are special. So all the sealing techniques of the Uzumaki clan will be open to you. As long as you can learn it, you can choose any sealing technique. Xiuyu was very moved by the vigor of the Uzumaki clan, but at this moment, Xiuyu thought all this was because of his relationship with Uzumaki Mito. As everyone knows, for others, even if they belong to the Whirlpool clan, they are not qualified to learn the sealing technique. Chapter 49 Learning of the Vortex Sealing Technique. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When Uzumaki Asakeo brought Xiuyu to the practice room, Uzumaki Masahiko and Uzumaki Mito were already waiting for Xiuyu. Xiuyu hurriedly settled down and sat next to Mito. Now that you're all here, listen carefully. I'll start teaching you the first sealing technique, which is a relatively simple sealing technique, the contract seal. As the name suggests, the contract seal can cut off the contractual relationship between the enemy and the psychic beast. Make the psychic beast lose control, or make it impossible for others to psychic their psychic beast. Uzumaki Masahiko explained the function of the contract seal and the way of sealing it seriously. After repeating it several times, the three of them began to practice the contract sealing technique. Whirlpool Mito's sealing technique is extremely talented, and after trying such a simple sealing technique a few times, it can be used. Whirlpool Chinchou is not so smart, and Chinchou is relatively young, and he really needs more practice in chakra control and control. Xiuyu didn't think it was too difficult, and after trying a few times in his mind, he started to form the seal. Who knew that it would be successful once the seal was completed? His own system panel also changed accordingly. System, character Xiuyu, all kinds of races, Daitongyu bloodline, LV1, fairy body, LV3, Sharingan 3 hook jade, height 181 cm, chakra 58 cards, plus, continuously increasing, ninjutsu fire escape, great fireball jutsu, fire escape, fire dragon flame bullet, fire escape, great dragon fire art, fire escape. The art of singing dragon flames, fire escape. Phoenix fairy fire art. Escape. Impatience flower. Red. Escape. How? Extinguish. Water dungeon, water dragon bomb, water dungeon waterfall art, water dungeon big explosion water shock wave, water dungeon water array pillar. Tuduan, Tuliu Day, Tuduan Huangquanma, Tuduan Yansabang, Tuduan barrier, Dunlong Tangwu, Tuduan Tulu return, Tuduan earth dragon bullet, Tuduan Tulong gun, Tuduan Tuliu cut, Tuduan Tuliu city wall, Tuduan Tulong spear, birth dungeon iron prison, birth dungeon earth flow wall, birth dungeon Wanli earth flow wall. Earth controlling art avatar earth controlling magic skill bless earth escape ninjutsu, no seal, haste, strengthening, plus, wind escape gale palm. Wind escape wind cut art, wind escape vacuum wave, thunder tunnel earth walk, basic introduction to sealing technique LV1. Contract seal LV1. The contract seal has been successfully recorded on the system panel, indicating that Xiuyu should have mastered this sealing technique. Masahiko has been observing the three people, and Mito's success is expected. After all, Mito was originally from the Uzumaki clan, the basic knowledge of sealing is very solid, and it is really not too surprising to have a few successes, but Xiuyu was different. As a non-Whirlpool clan, even though he knew Xiuyu's extraordinary talent under the revelation of the Great Elder, he never expected that he would succeed in learning the seal of the contract once, even though he is already a leader in the sealing technique except for a few in the Whirlpool clan. He had to try more than a dozen times before he succeeded. Thinking about it this way, I really lived like a dog at my age. That's right, Xiuyu Uchiha, your talent is pretty good. It's on par with me. Uzumaki Masahiko said that your talent is very good but I'm not too bad. The shamelessness almost made Mito laugh to death. Mito knew about Masahiko's background and did not expose him. Aha, cough cough, Masahiko cleared his throat, and winked to remind Mito not to expose his background. Asauka, don't worry, you're still young and take your time. Masahiko didn't say anything, but when he talked about Whirlpool Chinchou, he became even more nervous. Mito and Xiuyu, you two should practice a lot and master the contract seal proficiently. I will teach you other sealing techniques tomorrow. Xiuyu nodded and began to practice the contract seal. After practicing until night, the system panel shows that the contract seal has risen to LV3. That IT must have something to do with the low difficulty level of the contract seal. Masahiko, what is the result of Uchiha Xiuyu's practice of sealing technique today? Several elders gathered together, obviously interested in Xiuyu's learning progress. After all, the entire Uzumaki clan has already bet on Xiuyu. I am convinced by the Great Elder now, and my vision is really sharp. Today, Osamu Uchiha succeeded in learning the contract seal once, and his proficiency is the same as mine after the damn practice at night. I have lived to the end of my age. On the dog. The Great Elder smiled and said, this is a good thing, it shows that Mito has a good vision, and it also just means that we will feel more at ease when the Uzumaki clan is handed over to them, right? But I still feel very frustrated. Especially Uzumaki Asauka, who is still practicing now. The poor child thinks his talent is too poor. Masahiko said with emotion, the most pitiful thing is that no matter how hard you try, the geniuses of your time can easily surpass you. In the face of true talent, hard work is meaningless. Hey, please comfort Uzumaki Chinchou. This kid is already very talented, much better than Masahiko when you were young. It's just a pity that he met two real geniuses. The Great Elder shook his head. There was no way, Chinchou, you can only accept the reality. If you can get out of this kind of magic barrier, maybe you can go further. The next day was Uzumaki Masahiko's small class of sealing technique. This time, he learned reseal of limbs, which is mainly used to restrain the enemy's power. Without any surprises, Uzumaki Mito still learned this sealing technique after trying a few times. It seems that the difficulty of this sealing technique is not much different from that of the contract seal. Xiuyu still succeeded in one attempt without a doubt. The system panel is updated with data again. Basic introduction to sealing technique LV1, plus, Contract seal LV3. Limbs reseal LV1. Only poor Uzumaki Chincho is still working hard to learn the seal of yesterday's contract. On the third day, I learned the binding circle, a small binding circle. The progress is still the same, because of the increase in difficulty. Uzumaki Mito tried for a long time before successfully mastering it.Su Xiuyu still had no unexpected one-time success. Basic introduction to sealing technique LV2, plus. Contract seal LV3. Limbs reseal LV3. Binding circle LV1. After these 3 days, Masahiko Uzumaki had nothing to say about Su Xiuyu's talent in sealing techniques. After all, one sealing technique a day, no matter how many sealing techniques the Uzumaki clan had, it would not take much time to complete them. Of course, Masahiko also knows that a simple sealing technique can be learned in a day, but a really advanced sealing technique is two different things. Poor Whirlpool Chincho finally learned the contract seal on the third day. After succeeding, he collapsed to the ground from exhaustion. Su Xiuyu shook his head and looked at this strong young lady. Picked up his back and walked to his house. Tonight, the little Zhengtai of Whirlpool Chincho can finally sleep peacefully. Chapter 50. Isn't it cheap? Su Xiuyu. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After learning the sealing technique for several days, Uzumaki Mito and Su Xiuyu spent more and more time together, and the tacit understanding between the two developed as fast as the sealing technique that it's just pitiful for Uzumaki Asagi. After learning the second sealing technique for so many days, Mito and Su Xiuyu had to learn other techniques. Masahiko Uzumaki continued to teach Chincho, while Su Xiuyu and Mito learned medical ninjutsu from Mito's second wife. This is also one of the main purposes of Su Xiuyu's trip. After all, there must be many casualties in the upcoming struggle between Uchiha and the Senju clan. At that time, if you can learn medical ninjutsu well, you can save one person. Mito's second grandmother is also a kind old lady with silver hair. It has to be said that the Uzumaki clan really live a long life. The longest-lived people in the ninja world are all in Yuzushio village. Mito, is this the Uchiha Xiuyu you've been thinking about? Second grandma, why are you like this? Mito was embarrassed to tell second grandma.Su Xiuyu was also so polite that he saluted second mistress. Good boy, you are all good boys. I know you are highly talented. This medical ninjutsu mainly depends on the chakra control. Let me show you the fine operation of your chakra first. Before the second grandma taught medical ninjutsu, it still depends on the chakra control technology of the two. Mito took off a leaf and cut the leaf directly into a standard circle with chakra. Very good. Second mistress praised. Without saying a word, Su Xiuyu made a gesture of raising his hand, and the rock and soil on the ground immediately began to take shape, instantly turning into a vivid whirlpool village. Every building, every road in Uzumaki village, and even the pedestrians on the road are represented. He could vaguely see the appearance of second mistress, Su Xiuyu and Uzumaki Mito. The second grandmother is very old and has experienced too much life. It's a pity that no matter how much surprise I have seen in the past few decades, it has turned into a sigh at this moment. Xiuyu, your chakra manipulation ability can no longer be called Earth Dungeon. It's about to become a new kind of blood succession limit, infinitely close to fairy art. Second mistress had seen so many geniuses, and this was the first time she had seen a freak who suffocated her in terms of aptitude. Mito didn't think there was any problem. His eyes were full of admiration. A woman in love doesn't care much about things other than love. Second mistress, what is Xianshu? Su Xiuyu asked as if he had never heard of Xianshu. Immortal art is a talent that surpasses ninjutsu. According to the ancient records passed down by our Uzumaki clan, immortal art appeared for the first time in the era of the Sage of the Six Paths. The Sage of the Six Paths is the god who mastered the art of immortality. Second grandma tried her best to recall the records in the ancient books. But it's a pity that the original book has long been lost in the tide of history. This bit of knowledge can only be passed on by word of mouth in the future. After all, the story of the Six Paths Immortal is too old. Second mistress's introduction made Su Xiuyu confirm that the Whirlpool clan didn't know about the three great holy lands. Otherwise, they will understand that immortal arts are not only mastered by sages of the Six Paths. Since your chakra control skills are fine, let's go straight to the topic and start learning medical ninjutsu. Let's start with the healing and regeneration technique. The principle of this technique is to use the cells in the injured person's body to heal the wound, but it is extremely labor-intensive. Basically, if it is really practical, it will take several people to use it in turn to have a better effect. Of course, it is for the mediocre. In my opinion, it is not a difficult problem for the two of you to use this ninjutsu independently. You are neither lacking in skill nor in chakra. These are two wounded fish. Try to treat them. If the speed is slow, the fish will die of dehydration. If the wound is not healed, it will die. Come and try. The second grandma took out the two wounded fish and began to let them two people practice. Mito continued to try according to the skills taught by the second grandmother, and the effect was quickly achieved. Although the speed was relatively slow and the fish died in the end, it was obvious that there would be no problem if he practiced twice more. Look at Xiuyu's side again, the fish is already alive and kicking on the ground. Second mistress wondered how Xiuyu did it. After all, this is just a healing and regeneration technique, not a palm fairy technique. Xiuyu, try again and I'll see. Second mistress used kunai to make another big gash on the fish. Xiuyu directly used the healing and regeneration technique, and the wound on the fish healed within a few breaths. It's unbelievable, no wonder those old men joked that you are the son of destiny. This level of yang escape, this strong breath of vitality, my dear Mito girl, you are really perverted. The second grandma was amazed that I have never seen such a positive attribute in my life. That I'm afraid it's not Senchu Jujian, but at most it can't be this level. I can only say Uchiha Xiuyu, you really don't live like a Uchiha. Second grandma, can you take a look at my Sharingan and think about it? Xiuyu opened the Sharingan and joked with second grandma. Seeing the Senguyu Sharingan in Xiuyu's eyes, second grandma shook her head. This is really the creation of Uchiha, and it is also the creation of Mito. In this case, let me pass on the principles and techniques of palm fairy art to you. Anyway, it's not too much trouble for you that I can only think that my lecture will end today. Alas, Mito girl, you guys are giving me a hard time. Second mistress said with a bit of self-deprecating emotion. It took an entire afternoon for Xiuyu to completely master the immortal palm technique. It wasn't because Xiuyu's skills were so good, it was because Xiuyu's yang escape was too strong. Medical ninjutsu effect. Now Xiuyu understands why Zhu Jian doesn't need treatment at all during his peak period. With such a strong yang dun, if there is a problem, it will automatically heal itself. Young girl Mito will stay here today. Today, Xiuyu, you can only go back alone. After saluting to second mistress, Xiuyu waved goodbye to Mito. Second mistress, what's the matter with you? You won't have any objections to Xiuyu and tell him in front of him, right? Mito was still a little nervous for a moment. Mito girl, what are you thinking? I just have something to ask you. I don't want to speak ill of your little lover. Second mistress smiled and patted Mito's head. Mito girl, look at me. Een seal, open. I saw a kind of mask spread on the face of the second grandmother, and the silver hair of the second grandmother turned red in an instant, and the loose skin immediately became firm and smooth. The second grandmother immediately changed from a 70-year-old grandmother to a 20-year-old second sister. Mito's eyes widened, and he hurriedly asked, Second mistress, what kind of ninjutsu is so powerful? Envy, Mito girl. This is our family's S-level seal technique, the Een seal technique. After learning this technique, you can store the extra chakra in the Een seal and release it when needed. Of course this is not the case. Its greatest strength. Its biggest advantage is that no woman who loves beauty can resist it. After learning the Een seal, as long as you have enough chakra, you can always maintain a youthful appearance. If you master it perfectly, you can even maintain this posture from now until the end. The moment you die. Death may be inevitable, but aging can never be with you. Do you like this ninjutsu? I like second mistress. I have to learn this technique now. If I can't learn Een seal, I can't even look at other sealing techniques. Will second mistress teach me now? Mito hurriedly acted coquettishly. May I ask which woman? girl, can resist the attractiveness of eternal youth. Okay, second mistress, I will teach you now. You can teach it to Xiuyu after you have learned it. But this sealing technique is rather useless to him. He has too much chakra, and storing chakra is meaningless to him. I don't care, second grandma will teach me now. Then why are you in such a hurry? Didn't that boy Xiuyu take advantage of you in the end? Milk.